In a wide-ranging interview with George Stephanopoulos, President Biden said that he agreed Russian President Vladimir Putin was a killer and would pay a price for interfering in U.S. elections.
Well, you know Vladimir Putin. You think he's a killer?
Mm-hmm. I do.
So what price must he pay?
The price he's going to pay, well, you'll see shortly. I'm not going to, by the way, we ought to be able, that trite expression, walk and chew gum at the same time. There are places where it's in our mutual interest to work together. That's why I renewed the START agreement with him. That occurred while he's doing this. But that's overwhelming in the interest of humanity that we diminish the prospect of a nuclear exchange.
What is the president talking about? Joining us now to discuss, host of the Howie Carr Show, Howie Carr. Howie, those are maybe not fighting words, but they sure sound like big words that he's going to find out. You're going to see. What is he talking about, you think?
I wish I knew. You know, like so many things that he says, I'm kind of perplexed, and I don't know why he's trying to pick a fight with Vladimir Putin. Russia, as it's currently constituted after the breakup of the Soviet Union, has a lower gross domestic product than the state of California. It's been described recently as a heavily armed gas station. That's basically the only export it has. And, you know, all of his actions in shutting down oil and gas leasing on federal land, shutting down the Keystone Pipeline, now he's being pressured to shut down the Dakota Pipeline. This is all great news for the Russians. I think Vladimir Putin's got to be pretty happy that Joe Biden is in the White House rather than Donald Trump, notwithstanding the Russian collusion hoax that dominated much of the media for the last 4 years.
Howie, how about this? Give us your response to what President Biden had to say regarding this specific meeting that he had with Vladimir Putin. Listen.
Director of National Intelligence came out with a report today saying that Vladimir Putin authorized operations during the election to denigrate you, support President Trump, undermine our elections, divide our society. What price must he pay?
He will pay a price. We had a long talk, he and I. I know him relatively well. And the conversation started off, I said, I know you and you know me. If I establish this occurred, then be prepared.
You said you know he doesn't have a soul.
I did say that to him, yes.
What do you think?
I always say you get more with a kind word and a gun than you just get with a gun. I mean, how does that advance anything? I have no clue whether or not Joe Biden really told him he had no soul, and I rather doubt it. And I don't think Joe Biden knows what he said to him either. I mean, this is just nonsense. He's playing to that base in the Democrat Party that still you know, believes in the Russian collusion hoax. I mean, it's just insane. Why to go back to 2016? Why would the Russians have wanted to put in place Donald Trump when they had already done business with the Clintons, both Clintons, Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton? She'd signed over 20% of the U.S. Uranium supply. She'd been one of the people who signed over. That paid Bill Clinton hundreds of thousands of dollars to make speeches to Moscow, to banks that were connected to oligarchs that were connected to Putin. I mean, it makes no sense to have wanted to replace one bad cop, as it were, with another bad cop. You always want to deal with the person you've done business with, don't you? Whether it's in you know, a plumbing contract or getting the U.S. uranium supply.
Well, the rest of the story supposedly is he looked in his eyes and he said, I look in your eyes and you don't have a soul. And the response was, we understand each other. So I don't know where that goes. But let's get on to this. How I wanted to get your take on Biden's response to whether Governor Andrew Cuomo should resign. Here's a piece of that.
Let me ask you about Governor Cuomo of New York. I know you've said you want the investigation to continue. If the investigation confirms the claims of the women, should he resign?
There should be an investigation to determine whether what she says is true. That's what's going on now.
And you've been very clear. If the investigation confirms the claims, he's gone.
That's what I think happens.
You know what the follow-up question should have been? So Mr. President, will you release the papers from your Senate office so that we can see whether Tara Reade, your accuser, really filed a sexual harassment, an assault complaint against you when you were her boss in the U.S. Senate? Wouldn't that have been a natural follow-up question if it wasn't being asked by a former Democrat operative?
Could have been. Yeah. But any response related to Cuomo? Because a lot of people think he's teetering and that what Biden says could play a role.
Yeah, I think, Biden is one of his last, remaining branches of support. Look, think about who's investigating him. The state attorney general is investigating him on the nursing homes. The U.S. attorney in Brooklyn is investigating him on the nursing home. That's a criminal probe. The Albany Police Department is investigating him on the charges by the local paper that he fondled one of his underlings, and a legislative committee in Albany is also investigating those sexual harassment charges. That's 4 simultaneous investigations going on.
Yeah.
I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire. I know that's a cliche.
That nursing home thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what the Brooklyn U.S. attorney and the attorney general are investigating. And again, those are criminal charges. 15,000 people dead.
Yeah. Okay, Howie, thank you very much. Howie Carr of the Howie Carr Radio Show. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks, Howie.
Hi, Emma Reckenberg here. If you like this video, there's a whole lot more to see on Newsmax TV. You can watch for free right here on our YouTube live stream and be the first one here each time our experts break down real news. Just hit that subscribe button, ring the bell icon, and stay with us on America's fastest growing cable news channel, Newsmax TV.